Whoa, Sanbonani. Happy to see so many comments already. Let me just jump in there to read them already. Yay, Baning. Gogo, thank you for following, calling as for you teach very well. Scariest journey, Dondoni. Is it possible to be shown your gorilla during the lockdown? I realized that I've been suspecting all along. Okay. Uh, Child, you are on your own. No one is going to help you unless you get up for yourself. While we share and write information and help each other, you've been doing your teachings, Kokomoro. Let's try not control each other in our different opinions and beliefs. Very true, Sibongiseni. Well said. Let's assist each other with spreading the wings and so on, no rigidity. You sound like someone who follows me. I speak exactly like that. Ke go thomile gona go lefe tlhong o sa itse your main chief ancestor. Ke go tlhomphile. How does it differ from Twasa? Mongwa sekwama aho kombasadi. Sister Shichijaba, the world. Who's Bongseni went on a rant. Mm, okay. Dimalang, everybody, and welcome to this very special, I could say, start of many live stream. I'm not going to pay attention to the questions. If they can, I'd love for them not even to show up on my screen right now because I'm like really trying to pay and give you all the attention I need. I'd like to welcome everybody to this live stream. If you guys can hear me loud and clear, can you please hit the hearts button that you see on your screen? I'd like to make sure that you guys can hear me. My mic is sitting over here. I don't know if I should move it closer or is everything 100% dandy? Dumelang bagolo, Thokozani boGogo nabo Mkhulu, sanivusela nonke. Sekusile boGogo nabo Mkhulu, ilanga seliyashona. Hopefully you had an amazing Saturday. A re lebogeng. Yes, it looks like everybody's okay. Just so you know, guys, it's going to keep on saying reconnecting your live. I'm not sure what that means. But when it does, don't think that you've lost me. It's just recalibrating. I don't know why it needs to do that for itself. But can we please help each other to be able to locate, firstly, um, can we please help each other to locate the like button? Hide all chat messages. Okay, I'm gonna hide them for now, but I'm gonna keep them back later. I just want to make sure that I run through the schedule that I have for you guys today and to do it as effectively as possible. Let's try to move this thing away from touching the other table, otherwise it moves. So I just want to make sure that you guys can hear me first, though, guys. Live chat, all messages clear. Please make sure. Okay, everybody's showing hearts, so everyone can hear me, right? Siyazwana kahle, akuna umuntu that's having trouble hearing, dreamy, glamour. Nah, bro, we're not trying to glamorize nothing. Nope, there's no need for any of that. So I'm taking all the hearts that are being sent here, that all of us can hear one another and everyone is happy, right? Firstly, I've got a 4-part segment today. And first thing I'd like to say is welcome everybody, old or new, young or old. I would love for each and every one of you guys to please enjoy the platform. It is yours, it is about you. I'll talk very seldomly about myself because I don't think this is what the intention is around um, this particular platform. I want to make sure that you guys and I are on the right path. I want to be able to deliver content that will be important to you, worthwhile to you, and efficient, and helping you guys navigate your callings. That is something that's very important to me because there's no point in teaching when you've got no one to teach, nor other people around you not be able to use it. So can you guys please press the like button? I've seen 25 of them. of the people already are happy to be online. I see 144 of you guys online. Can you guys press more of the like button to make sure that everyone is having good audio? Okay, I'm just gonna wait whenever it says reconnecting, guys. Don't think you've lost me. Fantastic. Thank you for the new guys that have added and liked the hearts, the stream. I'm also going to ask everybody to please share the stream with on any of your favorite platforms. One out of all of them, just one will suffice. Firstly, today I want to go into the intro topic, and that is an update of me during COVID, what I'm keeping busy with. Secondly, I want to talk about what I'm learning during this downtime. Thirdly, I'd like to pick a card, one tarot and one from my oracle deck. And then lastly, we're going to get into our favorite segment called hashtag Ask Gogo Moyo. And that's particularly where I'm going to switch on the messages and run through your questions. So make sure that you leave the question there. I will be able to go back and check it out. So the reason also why I want to introduce live streams more often is I want to engage with you guys a lot more. I don't just want to be a person who's presenting to the screen and sharing ideologies and ways of life, etc. I want to legit be a part of your lives and feel that I'm actively helping you guys. So these live streams are essentially for you guys and to broaden the relationship, and not just someone that you're seeing off a screen and you're hoping one day to meet. So let's just say these are one of our informal meetings. And in a technological time that we are in, it's obvious that we're going to be spending a lot more time online, considering the limitation in our movements as we otherwise would be. So my update as boGogo during COVID. I have a very strong opinion about COVID-19 and also the way our government and health leaders are navigating the conversation around us as a people, as a collective, as a unit, because we will always be essential for as long as we are living in our native countries. This is our country of origin, meaning therefore any calling and ability that I have is from the soil, is from my ancestors. So it's actually a slap in the face for any sangoma or a traditional healer or a practicing healer cannot be seen as an essential worker, because we deal with mind, body, spirit of a person. Therefore, it's important that we stay relevant and have the doors open. Yes, it's important to wear the masks and the protective gears. It is to adhere to protocol, but I don't believe this is something that as a people. I don't think that it can take over us as a people. Oh, one thing I wanted you guys to please help me on is to let me know from where you guys are from. So please also like how you do on Lit Lockdown, your favorite channel on channel O. When your favorite DJ is on, you mention, so Benoni approves Gogo, whoop whoop. So I would like for you guys to please punt the area that you're from and where you're listening from, just to get a sense of the language that I need to use most importantly, so that I can get everyone knowing and being involved in the conversation. Thank you so much. Don't forget the goal today is to reach 200 people. So if you're not sharing the stream, we can't get to it. I've already done my personal best. Already we're winning, because my personal best is 150. So I'd like to jump obviously that. And we're already 16 people ahead of that. So thank you very much for making sure that that is possible, guys. Yes, I've got a strong opinion that I hold on COVID-19, and I believe that it's more of an agenda-based conversation than for a real pandemic that we're going through. In the 1969, 1970, 2 years before Baba Credo was born, there was a influenza pandemic, much like the COVID-19. And if you read up on your history, you will know about it. So if you keep on lapping up all the information that the world and the government tells you, then it's going to find you very limited in your own sense of self. And then you won't see the value of why finally our practices, as well as who we are as Africa. So that's something that's very important to me. So I don't really believe in the status quo of what this actually is about. I feel like there's another agenda that's being pushed, and most importantly, it's on a massive global scale, especially when it comes to the economy of the globe. And a lot of things are being leveled out. Some of them are being heightened and allowed a better advantage. The same way as the two scientists were able to come up with test kits. From South Africa, youthfully so, it shows that the creativity and the solutions are not necessarily outdated or from the old generation, but we in turn are the people who are going to push the country. In Madagascar, someone also found a cure, a vaccine, an antidote to what is going on globally as a pandemic. And I know for a fact this is something that we have in our own backyards, in our own provinces, in our own country. It's a matter of us being given a platform to showcase the talents that Abantwana Bamadlozi have and the collaboration thereof. But it's obvious that we're not part of the solution. They know very well we can cure this pandemic, but we're not given a platform because the agenda needs to run on longer than us finding the antidote. So knowing that, it means that us as people who are enlightened need to make sure that we are then preparing ourselves on a one-on-one level. Each on 180 of us that's online right now tuned in, we need to focus in on what we do behind the scenes, the work that we're going to do now, preparing us for the future that we're moving towards, and therefore for the unlocking of the country as well as the globe. So if we realize that we are given that mandate, we'll make sure that we don't sleep on ourselves, because this the comeback of the world needs to find us prepared and knowing exactly what's going on with ourselves. That talks about the basic self-care of a person, ukuphahla, ukufutha, ukuchela, and using basic home remedies, ukugaba as well, using basic home remedies. We're basically being forced to go back in time and learn about how our people used to sustain themselves. The beautiful thing about this, we're not remote to the place of our origin. Everything is around us and within reach. So that's one of the biggest narrative and conversations that we need to keep driving and pushing. Something I also noticed, before I jump into that, I want to talk also about what I've been keeping myself busy with. If it's not the live streams, I'm tasking with Gogo, I'm exercising, I'm doing the 21-day skip challenge. On any social media platform, you can follow me, the same name, Gogo Moyo Speaks. It's not really complicated. And whichever is your favorite, just find me on that platform, and then we can engage further, and you can keep up with what I'm doing with the rest of the Gogo Moyo community. I wanted to know from you guys, a lot of really popular people would like to call their tribe a certain name, and I've been actually shocked. I wanted to know of a name that you guys can maybe perhaps suggest. I don't think the Moyo nation would suffice, because being Moyo is Shona, therefore Zimbabwean, and any Shona person at a given time can use this name and think it's just generally about Shona people. So I'd like for us to please help me figure out a name that I can call us as a collective, and myself obviously being one of them. Something perhaps maybe we can print on a tee, and then whenever we go, we are proudly part of this community. And thank you so much, guys, for continuously coming back and humoring me on the platforms that I share with you guys, and also sharing the content that I share with you guys to other people who don't know and have never had the conversations exist in the circles that they live in or belong to. I wanted to talk about the industry, guys, and something that's really top of mind to me. It almost seems like there is a way a sangoma is supposed to look, a sangoma is supposed to sound, and how they should string their sentences together. And as you can see, guys, I'm not a mold of anything. I am purely myself all the time. And I always try to allow other people to be themselves, especially when it comes to their narrative, namadlozi, and their callings, etc. Most importantly, anyeke sifane is not going to be the same as mine. I'm a person who has minimally very few beads. There are some izangoma that are filled with beads because that's what idlozi is requiring of them. So obviously, abantwana bamadlozi abafani. For instance, the hair that I choose to don my crown, the language I choose to use, the mediums in which I choose to communicate with you guys on. All of those are different. Someone else who's doing the same thing and is deeply saying it in the most deepest of vernacular languages could perhaps have a bigger audience because they feel that that person is remaining more true to themselves because they're sticking to their mother tongue. I think the biggest driver of this platform is for the fact that we don't like to box ourselves and we belong to the world, we belong to the planet and the earth that sustains us. So we are all over the globe, all over the continent. And can you please shout out where you are from so that we can actually see that this is actually a testimony of the questions and the pleads that you guys are making towards me. And thank you so much for allowing me to present this version of Isangoma to you because I don't ever want to be boxed or being told, don't speak. What am I learning during this downtime? I realized that I'm very solid, but I'd like to fine tune myself as an instrument of change, as an instrument that can be able to use the platform, as an instrument that is going to be sent and molded and shifted and changed into the many different versions of myself that needs to exist. I really want to go deep into that. I was asking the other day, how can one improve their vocabulary? I was told easily and simply so, read. I'm not a fan of reading. As a kid, I've always struggled with ADHD, ADHD. See, example. So my attention span is like so little, if any. So I know that sometimes I even regurgitate some of the content that I share with you guys because I don't remember everything. But most importantly, I want to make the environment your own. So I'm gonna also start taking up reading because I want to effectively and as best as I can be able to share the narrative of what my forefathers and my ancestors have then since sent me to do. This is something that I'm very fond of as an individual, and I'd like you guys to please humor me because it's not the most standard of tools to use as Mtana Madlozi. I would like to introduce to you guys the intuitive hierophant, and that is my AKA. When it comes to divining using a different tool, I use both tarot cards as well as oracle cards. They are very different and many in between. I've got a lot of them as well. And yeah, I would like to, using the Wild Unknown Tarot Pack by Kim Krantz, I would like to draw a card that's going to give us basically the tone of the reading, or rather the live stream that we have today. If you guys are happy and excited to be joining us today, for one, I'm seeing a card stick out, so it's obviously showing that it wants to be read by myself. And this is the Four of Cups, and this is what it looks like. Hopefully you guys can see that. I know, guys, right? It's a rodent. Like, what the hell? I wanted to really follow through on why there is a need for me to speak through this medium. And being a spiritual person, I don't necessarily like to limit myself to a tool or to a medium. I want to connect with spirit, and spirit, any form it comes in, I would find resonance in it. So this is my before card. I'm gonna draw three: before, during, and after. This is my before card, and it speaks to greed and discontent. An outsider would look upon your life and see supportive relationships, pleasures, and even a bit of luxury. But you don't see it that way. Instead, there's discontentment, apathy, and even greed for more. The Four of Cups warns not to take your situation for granted and the people who supported you along the way. Look around you, what are you truly longing for? Name it. I think this card, it speaks to a lot of what I've been reflecting on when it came to being in isolation, especially during lockdown. It has forced me to spend more time with myself. I don't for a single day ever feel like I would ever take this platform for granted. I think maybe something that I took for granted was I long for the old version of me. the lessly popularly known version of me, because it allowed me more quality time with the people that I interacted with. Right now, it almost seems like the numbers are high, the interactions are fast moving, and the depth is almost becoming shallow. And that is something that I don't want to associate with myself. And I'm glad this card came out, because I'm not afraid to share some of my shortcomings, as well as my area of growth that I could possibly grow from. So that was the first card that we pulled from the wild unknown. And I would like to get my present, the present of this channel, essentially, and what it's all about, and what it's actually meant to come do into the community of Bungoma. And we got a card here, and it said Father of Wands. Father of Wands, and that's something that I particularly enjoy. If I may quickly page through my, it speaks to motive and it speaks to wants. Okay, yes, I've switched off the comments. So guys, just bear with me for a bit. I'm going to open them shortly for Ask Gogo. This is the last segment before that. And so then if I was to read for you guys, Father of Wands, the one section is, there we go. Father of Wands speaks to, the Father of Wands is a man of mystique and charisma. Others are drawn to him naturally, and he welcomes them with an open and loving. Involved in healing arts, as he's deeply compassionate and in tune with life and nature. He's able to hold steady and still during conflict. I particularly love this card because I feel like I'm at the channel, most importantly, is at this place in time. And I wanted to open a different channel that speaks to me throwing cards, and that is something that I've been contemplating, and I love the fact that there's mystique to it. So I don't want to ride this conversation of this name in particular. I want to keep it organically Ubungoma and African belief systems. This is something that I wanted to just introduce because I wanted to show you guys spirit is in everything, and it communicates with any tool that resonates with you. So don't be rigid in finding whatever tool works for you. I love that it still talks about it being deeply compassionate and in tune with life and nature. That I feel speaks to me very much so. And then I'm going to draw the last card that now talks about the future of the conversation we want to drive as a people. I feel like this card wanted to jump out. I don't particularly know how many of these swords there are, but let me try to find it. Swords speaks to thoughts, state of mind, plan, let go of worry. So that's what the Wands Arcana speaks for. Okay, so here, no, these are swords, mama. There we go. So this is talking about, this card is called the Six of Swords. And it says the Six of Swords is a card of indicating a recovery from difficult times. Hope is on the horizon. Things will get better. It's important to rest, revitalize, and surround yourself with the joyful friends. Plan a trip. So these are the three cards that have been pulled for the channel so far. And I'm glad that it holds such great importance. And it's actually sharing that one could easily get lost in all the different cups that are available to them and actually miss out on the lessons and the light shining above. So this mice usually is very greedy. It goes through garbage, it ramages, and it wants to eat, and take, and not realizing that it's in vain and it's being taken for granted. Just to be reminded that you actually have a very father-like figure in terms of ruling and your actions and your motives. And I'm glad that it sent this kind of lightning bulb into the energy of this reading about the channel. And most importantly, it talks about being able to have hope at last and to travel. Guys, we're spiritual people. Can you be understandful and understanding and mindful of the fact that our travel mediums are not just sitting in your car, riding a bicycle, or from moving one place to another. Our mediums of traveling are through space and time. I challenge each and every one of you guys to time travel during the time that you have right now. Um, Sitting in your home, getting connected to your ancestors, and getting really in touch with yourself as a people. And I challenge you guys to choose any place in the world that you want to go. Literally print a picture or visualize or draw a picture from the internet and see exactly what it is for you, so that you guys can be able to teach yourself that the four walls around you are not binding of a spirit, but they are an anchor of where you traveled from and where you should travel back to. So I'd like to encourage each and every one of you guys to be very exploratory when it comes to your medium. I'm going to draw the last card from my empowerment deck by Tavis Smiley. This card, I found it to be one of my favorite and so unassuming when I found this deck. It's very empowering, and it gives you sure ways of how to navigate your life. I just pulled a card right now and it says smile at your future. This is dope, guys, considering that there's hope at last, as well as we're being given direction as to hone in. We almost lost it by being greedy and I want. And it says here, smile with eager anticipation at the life of your imagination. The positive energy you project in your dream will produce a positive reality. Rejoice at your choice. So this card for me right now, guys, especially when you guys know that I'm piloting this version of live streams, this to me says that I've got a winning solution and I should keep it, especially this segment of the live stream. And I'm glad all of that took like 28 minutes, my intro, catching up with Gogo, as well as having these cards drawn and read. So I'm gonna now go into the questions. So live chats. Okay, I'm just gonna go up for a few because I want to see. It does bad signal. 1717, woo! That's dope. That's an amazing time to have jumped into. I'm not gonna go too far back. I'm gonna go as far as your screen is bad. How do you mean? Tell the Gogo from Eastern Cape, Nyavuma Gogo, the COVID-19 is a story and it's not smelling good. Right? Nyasha, I pray. So sometimes I get overwhelmed. Tabazimbi, Botswana. Oh, this is amazing. Michi, the live is okay. It's probably your connection. Leave and come back. Oh no, Dan Hauser. I don't know if it's possible to do that. Hi, Gogo V. I'm listening to you from the US. Thank you so much, Black Birth Resonance. Sidibeng, ask Gogo Moyo, loving the idea, especially printing the t-shirt. Kibla Park, thanks, it's better now. You guys haven't still told me what you guys want to be known and addressed as. Guys, we are 6 people away from being able to reach our target. Today, we are hoping to get to 200 people joining the live stream at one go. So please make sure that you guys like the stream as well as share the stream so we can get to our goal. Oh, we just went down to 189, but that's cool. When we get there, guys, please let me know. Bryanston, Ranfontaine, Thokozani Gogo. Thokozani Gogo, how does one unblock dreams? Yeovil, Chicago, Illinois, USA, you're the signal. Johannesburg South, Thokozani Gogo, 1770. I can tell you guys are my people because you're showing that you are following my conversation. Mine as well, Lindy, your signal is bad, your network, Gogo. Oh, guys, I'm so sorry about that. Gogo, is there a way you can flip the screen to landscape? If I flip it to landscape, my honey, then I will have to read the comments like this. And yeah, let's just say it won't be great. Guys, please be patient. Sure, almost missed it. Sawubona Gogo Thokozani. Can you please explain the concept of ukuthwasa emanzini? Ask Gogo Moyo. Okay, guys, I'm gonna start going. Oh, Guruman, welcome, Gogo. I'm gonna Gogo. Are you reading from tarot cards? Yes, I was reading from my Oracle Empowering cards as well as the tarot cards. So I just want to try get them without having too much light so you guys can see which decks I'm using. I'm new at this display thing, so I'll get better at it, guys. You know, I learn really quickly. So yes, we're going to go back to the comments. There's a person wearing ancestral class even if agathwasanga. Yes, definitely. It's almost like saying you can't wear a ring on your finger if you're not married. You got 10 fingers and you're not allowed to wear any ring on any. Whoa, guys, we have made it to 205. Thank you to every one of you. Thokozani, siyabonga abantu abadala. This is amazing, and you are the realest MVP, all of you. But yes, it's almost like saying you're not allowed to wear a ring on any of your fingers because you're not married. How, guys? Are rings only for married people? No. So it's different perhaps if you want to put it on your ring finger. But what about all the other 9 fingers? You know, so it's going to serve a different purpose for different people. So it's really important to understand that if it was to me, lelithi gogo, ngicela ukuthi olukuphuphise na umbathe here phezu kwekhanda, or whatever the case is, if you're being shown of a particular cloth, then please ngiyacela abantu abadala shem, please go to a traditional healing shop. Go to a fabric store, especially the Indian nation community love to house and cater for our cloths. It will be a different topic altogether on another day, as to why we buy it and bring it home. Uphahlela abantu abadala ubatshele ukuthi niphuphiswe here. I've been shown a cloth, therefore now I've since went and bought it. If you guys will appreciate an online store by myself where I can literally sell you guys the most basic of ubungoma things, please let me know of your interest. Like the stream, say yes to an online store in the comments so I can make sure that some of you guys that find yourself remote and in diaspora can be able to use and get access to the items we use, because there's nothing as frustrating as being without. And during this lockdown, we're finding ourselves without impepo, without isnefi, and not everybody has connections, right? So what do? This is the part for the first time where you need to learn an independence about yourself. You need to be independent of the tools that you use. Idlozi liyakwazi ukuthi bakuthumile here, but they can see what's going on as well. But that's also part of where you bridge the gap and you communicate your frustrations, your what is the word, where you're struggling and what is stopping you from being able to acquire these things as otherwise known. This is the time, but you have to learn that a tool does not make you. This thing here, these oracle and these tarot cards, they don't make me psychic. I'm psychic because Idlozi says you're psychic and has given me the ability to. This card does not make me a qualified tarot card reader. This is a tool that I happen to understand and can relate to and can read by virtue of me having that innate ability. So forget the tool. I can write without a pen. I can document things without a pen. By virtue of you learning how to go around the circumstances and how you're blocked and you're trapped, you need to learn as an individual as well, not to be tied down to the needs of having physical items and tools to communicate with your ancestors. This is incredibly important for you to understand that, because if that's going to be the case, that means if anywhere at any given time you end up at any corner of the globe, then you're limited to, I don't know how to speak to my ancestors because I do not have Imbeb. I felt like I took a lot of time there with that question. Pauline from Edenvale. Gogo, please try Instagram. The network here is bad. We can't see you. Okay. So we're testing if you guys can see me now. Can you see me now?